How to Design Better Habits Inspired by Atomic Habits by James Clear. We all want to change something about our lives. We want to wake up earlier, eat healthier, exercise consistently, read more books, learn a language, build a business, spend more time with family, worry less, and live better. Yet we often struggle to make these changes stick. Why? Because most of us try to change by relying on motivation alone, setting big goals without building small systems to support them. But there's a better way, a way based on small, daily, actions that add up to big results over time. This is the core message of Atomic Habits by James Clear. Real transformation isn't about making huge changes all at once. It's about designing small, sustainable habits that compound into lasting change. Understand the power of small habits. Change rarely happens overnight. It grows quietly, like seeds planted in soil. If you save just $1 each day, you might not notice the difference tomorrow. But over a year, that's $365 saved, and more if you invest it. Similarly, if you read 10 pages daily, you might think it's too small to matter, but in a year, you've finished around 12 to 15 books. That's the power of compound growth. Small habits repeated daily turn into life-changing results. James Clear calls these atomic habits because they're small, like atoms, yet incredibly powerful. Focused on identity, not just outcomes. People focus on what they want to achieve. I want to lose weight. I want to write a book, or I want to save money. But Clear shows that lasting change comes when we shift our focus from what we want to achieve to who we want to become. For example, instead of saying, I want to run a marathon, tell yourself, I'm becoming a runner. Instead of, I want to write a book, think, I'm becoming a writer. Each habit is a vote for your new identity. When you repeat these votes daily, your identity becomes stronger, and your habits stick. Use the 4 laws of behavior. Change. James Clear introduces 4 simple laws to design better habits. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. These laws work because they match how our brains naturally build habits. Let's explore each one. Make it obvious. Design your environment for success. We often think we lack willpower, but often we just lack clarity. If your cues aren't obvious, you won't remember to act. Want to read more? Keep a book on your pillow. Want to practice guitar? Put it in the middle of your room, not hidden in a case. Want to drink more water? Keep a water bottle on your desk. By making the cues visible and clear, you design an environment that reminds you what to do, without needing constant motivation. Implementation. Intention is another powerful trick. Decide when and where you'll do the habit. For example, after I make my morning coffee, I will meditate for 2 minutes. This simple sentence turns an idea into a plan. Make it attractive. Bundle new habits with things you love. Our brains are motivated by pleasure and reward. If a habit feels boring, it won't stick. One way to change this is temptation bundling. Pair something you want to do with something you need to do. For example, only listen to your favorite podcast while exercising, or only watch your favorite show while ironing clothes. This makes your habit more appealing, so you look forward to it. You can also use the power of social groups. Surround yourself with people who value the habits you want to build. If your friends love reading, you'll naturally read more. If they enjoy running, you're more likely to join them. Make it easy. Reduce friction to build momentum. Many people fail to build habits because they make them too big at the start. Motivation fades, but friction stays. Claire teaches us to start small and remove friction. Want to exercise? Start with just 5 minutes. Want to journal? Write 1 sentence. Once the habit becomes part of your routine, you can gradually do more. Environment design helps too. If you want to eat healthier, keep fruit washed and ready on the table. If you want to avoid social media, delete apps from your phone or log out after each use. Small changes in environment make good habits easier and bad habits harder. Make it satisfying. Reward yourself to repeat the habit. Our brains repeat actions that feel rewarding. Many good habits have delayed rewards. Exercising pays off in weeks, not minutes. To bridge this gap, create immediate rewards. Mark an X on a calendar each day you do your habit. Seeing the streak itself becomes motivating. Or keep a jar and add a coin every time you complete the habit. Clear also shares this rule. Never miss twice. Missing once is a mistake. Missing twice is the start of a new bad habit. Focus on getting back on track quickly, rather than aiming for perfection. Habit stacking. Link new habits to existing routines. One of the most effective ways to build habits is to connect them to things you already do daily. For example, after brushing my teeth, I'll do 5 push-ups. Or after dinner, I'll write down 3 things I'm grateful for. This uses the momentum of existing habits to create new ones. Track your habits to stay accountable. What gets measured, gets managed. Keeping a habit tracker helps you see your progress, which motivates you to keep going. Even a simple notebook or an app can work. Tracking also helps you catch yourself early if you start skipping days. Focus on systems. Not just goals. Goals set direction, but systems create progress. Wanting to run a marathon is a goal. Training daily is a system. Wanting to write a book is a goal. Writing 300 words daily is a system. Goals are useful for planning, but systems are what change your life. Build habits for your future self when designing habits. Think about who you want to become a year or 5 years from now. Small actions today shape that future. Even if today's effort feels small, compounded over time, it changes everything. Understand habit shaping. Start small, then improve. Begin with a tiny version of the habit, then gradually make it harder. For example, week 1, meditate for 1 minute daily. Week 2, meditate for 2 minutes. Week 3, meditate for 3 minutes. This gentle progression builds confidence and makes the habit sustainable. Reduce bad habits by adding friction to stop a bad habit. Make it harder to do. Want to watch less TV? Unplug it after each use. Want to spend less online? Remove saved payment details. Increase friction so the habit feels less automatic. Use identity-based habits for long-term change. Identity is powerful. Instead of saying, I'm trying to quit smoking, say I'm not a smoker. Instead of I'm trying to eat healthy, say I'm a healthy eater. When your habits match your identity, they become part of who you are. Remember the power of environment. Environment often beats willpower. If you keep junk food at home, you'll eventually eat it. If you keep your phone next to you while working, you'll check it. Design spaces that make good habits easy and bad habits inconvenient. Use the 2-minute rule. If a habit takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. And when building a new habit, start with a version that takes 2 minutes. Want to read more? Read 1 page. Want to journal? Write 1 sentence. Once you're in motion, it's easier to keep going. Embrace repetition over perfection. Consistency beats intensity. It's better to walk daily than run once a month. The goal is not to do the hardest workout, but to never miss a day for too long. Learn from setbacks. Don't quit. Everyone slips up. What matters is how quickly you return. Analyze what caused the lapse. Was it timing, environment, or emotional state? Adjust your system rather than blame yourself. Celebrate small wins. Recognize your progress, no matter how small. This keeps motivation high and makes the process feel rewarding. Keep habits flexibly. Life changes, so adapt your habits rather than abandon them. If you can't run, walk. If you can't meditate for 10 minutes, flexibility keeps the habit alive. Accept that small habits are not trivial. One of the most powerful lessons from Atomic Habits is this. Small habits may feel insignificant today, but they are seeds of change. A single healthy meal won't transform your body, and a single skipped workout won't ruin your fitness, but what you do repeatedly shapes your identity and your results. Each repetition makes the habit stronger. Like adding a brick to a wall, you're building over time. The wall stands firm, but it's the daily bricks that make it possible. Design habits around your natural rhythm. Everyone has different peak energy times. Some people feel creative in the morning. Others feel strongest in the afternoon or calmest at night. Design habits to fit your natural energy instead of fighting it. If you're a morning person, write or exercise early. If you're an evening person, schedule reflection, reading, or gentle movement at night. Aligning habits with your body's rhythm makes them feel easier and more natural. Commitment. Create a commitment device. Devices lock in your future behavior. For example, schedule a workout class with a friend so you'll feel accountable, or sign up for a race to motivate your training. These external commitments add pressure in a healthy way, making it harder to back out when motivation dips. Visualize the reward, not just the effort. When starting a new habit, think about the positive outcome. Don't just focus on the difficulty of running. Imagine the lightness you'll feel, the strength you'll build, and the confidence that comes afterward. Visualization primes your brain to see the reward, making the habit more appealing. Pair habits with positive emotion. We repeat what feels good. Celebrate small steps. Smile when you complete your habit. Say yes silently, or write a quick note of gratitude. Positive emotion cements the habit in memory and makes you look forward to repeating it. Set clear boundaries for bad habits. Habits aren't only about adding good behaviors, they're also about removing or limiting harmful ones. Define clear rules. No screens after 10 p.m. Dessert only on weekends. Rules remove ambiguity and make it easier to stick to your values. Use if-then planning for obstacles. Life is unpredictable. Prepare for setbacks with if-then plans. If I can't go to the gym, then I'll do a 15-minute body weight workout at home. If I feel like skipping reading, then I'll read just 1 page. Planning responses in advance keeps you on track when life gets messy. Avoid the Olarna thing trap. Missing once doesn't mean failure. Perfection isn't the goal. Persistence is. If you miss a day, return the next day. Good habits are about the average of your actions, not a flawless streak. Measure progress in multiple ways. Tracking isn't just about numbers. Notice other signs of progress. Feeling more energetic, sleeping better, improved mood. Celebrate these hidden wins to stay motivated, especially when results like weight loss or muscle gain take time. Reflect regularly. Take time weekly or monthly to reflect what's working, what's challenging. Adjust your habits and environment based on what you learn. Reflection helps you see progress you might overlook and refine your systems. Identify keystone habits. Some habits trigger positive ripple effects. For example, regular exercise often leads to better sleep, healthier eating, and reduced stress. Find your keystone habits and prioritize them. They give the most return on effort. Focus on consistency over intensity. Any people start too hard, get sore, and quit. Instead, begin small but stay consistent. Walking daily builds a stronger habit than occasional intense running. Use the don't break the chain method. Mark each day you complete your habit on a calendar. Over time, seeing the chain of X's becomes motivating. You won't want to break it. This simple visual cue keeps you accountable. Make habits enjoyable. If you dislike a habit, tweak it until it feels better. Listen to music while cleaning, run in beautiful places, or choose books you genuinely like. When habits feel good, repetition becomes natural. Accept that identity change takes time. Identity-based habits mean you're becoming someone new. It's normal to feel discomfort at first. Keep casting votes for your new identity. Over weeks and months, it will feel natural. Build habits into routines, not isolated tasks. Routines reduce decision fatigue. Instead of should I exercise today, it becomes after work, I change into workout clothes and exercise. The habit becomes part of a predictable routine. Use social proof to your advantage. Share your goals with supportive friends or join groups with similar habits. Seeing others practice good habits normalizes them and keeps you motivated. Change your narrative. How you speak about habits matters. Replace I have to with I get to. Instead of I have to work out, say I get to move my body and feel stronger. Language shapes mindset. Celebrate milestones. When you reach 10 workouts, 30 days of journaling, or finish a book, pause to appreciate the effort. Celebration reinforces the habit and reminds you why it matters. Use technology wisely. Apps can remind, track, and motivate, but don't let them replace real action. Use them to support your habits, not distract from them. Identify habit cues. Habits often start from a cue: time, place, emotional state, other people, or preceding action. Recognize your cues to strengthen good habits or weaken bad ones. Remove triggers for bad habits. If you snack late at night, keep snacks out of sight. If you scroll social media in bed, charge your phone outside the bedroom. Removing cues prevents the habit from starting. Anchor habits to strong motivation. Why the habit matters deeply to you. I want to exercise to see my kids grow up healthy is more powerful than I should exercise. Strong, wise, carry you through low motivation days. Visualize the cost of inaction. Imagine the future if you don't change. Lost health, missed opportunities, regret. Sometimes seeing what's at stake makes change feel urgent. Redesign your workspace. Stay tidy. Intentional space supports focus and creativity. Keep tools you need within reach. Remove distractions. Environment shapes daily actions. Build recovery habits. To balance action with rest. Stretch, meditate, journal, or walk in nature. Rest keeps habits sustainable and prevents burnout. From role models, study people who've built the habits you want. See how they structure days, handle setbacks, and stay motivated. Experiment, don't judge. View habit building is testing, not judgment. If something fails, tweak and try again. Curiosity replaces guilt. Align habits with your values. Habits feel easier when they match what matters most to you: health, family, growth, creativity, service. This deeper alignment fuels commitment. Remember, you're building a system, not a single act. Each habit is a brick. Together, they build your lifestyle and identity. Focus on the system, and results will follow. Stack habits on daily anchors. Daily anchors are things you always do: waking up, eating breakfast, brushing teeth. Attaching new habits to these anchors makes them more reliable. For example, after brushing teeth, I'll stretch for 2 minutes. Over time, the anchor and the habit fuse together, so you rarely forget. Be patient with plateau results. From habits often appear after a hidden phase of effort with little visible change. James Clear calls this the plateau of latent potential. Imagine an ice cube sitting in a cold room. Nothing happens as the temperature rises from 25 degrees Fahrenheit to 31 degrees Fahrenheit. But at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, it suddenly melts. Progress was happening the whole time. It just became visible later. Trust the process during PLATEAUS. Build habits around your life, not against it. Instead of forcing early workouts, if you hate mornings, schedule them at lunch or evening. Fit habits to your natural energy, work demands, and family life so they feel sustainable. Respect small wins. Big wins come rarely. Small wins happen daily. Completing a short workout, choosing water over soda, or writing a single paragraph all matter. Small wins are the stepping stones to bigger ones. Use accountability partners. Share your goals with a friend or join a group. Knowing someone expects an update or will ask about your progress makes you more likely to act, even when you'd rather skip. Automate good habits. Where possible, set automatic transfers to savings. Meal prep healthy lunches on Sunday, or use reminders. For stretching breaks, automation removes daily decision-making, reducing fatigue. Identify habit loops. Every habit follows a loop. Cue gives craving, gives response, gives reward. Understand your loops to reinforce good ones or disrupt bad ones. For instance, if stress triggers snacking, replace the snack response with deep breathing or a walk that still gives comfort reward. Celebrate identity. Milestones. Notice when you naturally say, "I'm a reader," or "I'm someone who exercises." These words reflect identity change. Celebrate you're becoming the person you want to be. Track streaks, not perfection. Missing a day isn't failure. Focus on maintaining your streak over weeks and months. A streak mindset encourages consistency without punishing occasional breaks. Keep habits flexible for travel and busy days. Create minimum versions of your habit for hectic times. 5-minute workout, 2 pages of reading, quick journaling. Flexibility keeps the habit alive anywhere. Reflect on your environment regularly as life changes. Adjust your space to match new habits. Moving homes, new jobs, or seasons may require redesigning cues and removing distractions. Use future visualization. Imagine your life if you practice the habit daily for a year. Picture your health, energy, mood, and confidence. This future self motivates your present self. Remember, habits save energy once built. Habits run automatically, freeing mental space for creativity and decisions that truly need thought. Focus on systems, not willpower. Willpower is limited and varies daily. Systems like habit stacking, environment design, and tracking keep you going, even on low-energy days. Share your journey. Document progress publicly through social media, blogs, or videos. Sharing keeps you accountable and inspires others. Use the before-bed review each night. Reflect briefly, which habits did I complete? What made today work or fail? These reflections guide tomorrow's actions. Learn from relapses. Missing a week isn't the end. It's a lesson. Identify triggers, friction, and emotions that led to skipping. Use this data to adjust your approach. Prioritize habit simplicity. Simple habits, drink water, stretch, write, are easier to keep daily. Complexity creates friction that eventually leads to skipping. Recognize diminishing returns after a while. Adding more reps or minutes doesn't give the same benefit. Focus on habit quality or learning new skills instead of endless volume. Keep a habit journal. Write your experiences, feelings, successes, and setbacks. Over time, this becomes a guidebook tailored to your unique journey. Link habits to meaningful goals. Tie habits to life goals. Health to play with kids. Learning to career growth. Meaning keeps habits alive when excitement fades. Use reminders wisely. Alarms, sticky notes, and phone reminders prompt action. But update them regularly so they stay fresh and don't become background noise. Remember, habit evolution. What worked last year may not work now. Life changes, so keep evolving habits to fit new seasons, priorities, and interests. Reduce decision points. If you decide daily, will I run? You'll often skip. Instead, decide once. I run every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. Fewer decisions mean fewer chances to choose comfort over action. Design backup plans for days when you're sick, traveling, or stressed. Have easier habit versions ready. Walking instead of running, stretching instead of yoga class. Keeping the habit alive matters more than perfect execution. Celebrate process, not just outcome. Enjoy the run itself, the peaceful morning reading, or the calm after meditation. Process joy keeps habits alive longer than distant results. Use physical cues, visible cues, shoes by the door, book on the pillow, water bottle on desk, silently nudge you to act without thinking. Embrace micro habits. Mini habits like standing up every hour, taking deep breaths, or smiling consciously have outsized benefits over time. Focus on progress, not comparison. Your pace is yours alone. Comparing to others often discourages. Comparing to your past self shows true growth. Build keystone habits. First, a few habits, like exercise or planning your day. Boost energy and organization, helping other habits stick. Prioritize these. Reflect monthly on identity. Ask, who am I becoming? Through my habits, do my actions match the person I wish to be? Adjust as needed. Accept imperfection, missing, stumbling, restarting, all normal. What matters is the trend. Are you practicing more often than not? Keep a habit experiment, mindset. Treat habits like science. Test, observe, refine. Curiosity beats self-criticism. Design rewards. Thoughtfully choose rewards that align with your goals. For instance, reward exercise with a healthy smoothie, not junk food. Avoid negative language use. Milestone rewards. Celebrate big numbers. 30th workout, 50th meditation session, 100th journal entry. This keeps motivation fresh. Notice subtle wins. More energy, calmer mood, better posture, deeper sleep. These hidden signs show your habits are working even before big results. Refresh habits to fight boredom. Change running routes. Read new genres, or journal with prompts. Variety keeps habits interesting. Teach others what you learn. Explaining your system to friends. family, or followers clarifies your thinking and strengthens your own practice. End the day with gratitude each night. List small things you did well or enjoyed. This reinforces positive identity and keeps focus on progress.